right, good morning and welcome to Pike County Central High School. I know that this is a different situation this year than what we're accustomed to, and I was part of the flooding issue as well here in Pike County. I didn't get hit near as bad as what my neighbors and other people in this county, but I dealt with it as well. And I just want to say thanks to the Policy Board and Pike Central for opening their doors, for allowing us to play the tournament up here, and to the Policy Board for making that happen. The 15th Region Boys and Girls Basketball Tournament presented by Community Trust Bank and Appalachian Wireless will be played March the 3rd through March the 11th, 2025 here at Pike County Central High School. And at this time, if I can have Mr. Tim Klein, or Dr. Tim Klein, please come and speak on behalf of Pike County Central.
We realize this is very unusual. Everybody's still recovering from the flood situation. And if you've been following along, 3 days ago, we were a homeless shelter and a distribution point. We've worked about 24 hours a day since then to make sure that we can have a tournament here. We didn't see it coming, and we accept, but it's a trial. Welcome here. We have water back there, restrooms out in the hall to your right, Wi-Fi, guest Wi-Fi is free. Go sign up if you need it. Welcome. That's about all I have to say.
Thank you. All right, this time I'd like to have Mr. Noel Crum, the chairman of the 15th Region Policy Board, come up and say some things.
Okay, so been a lot of questions this year. We did have some 4 seeds, pull some upsets in our playing games. So what I thought I would do just real quick is try to go through this process from how the seedings were going into postseason play so that everybody can see this, so you can take notes. I really think, I've been thinking further about the easiest way to just explain the way that this falls in. And I want to say this again, will be like every draw that's ever occurred in all of our lifetimes in the 15th region, okay? It will occur exactly the same way. The 4 district winners will go into a hat and they're going to draw the 1, 3, 5, and 7 appeals. You know, then the runners up, wherever your district is, if your district winner drew the 1, then you're only going to get the draw from the 6 and the 8 appeal. If vice versa, okay? And it'll be the district winner will be on the opposite side of the bracket from the district runner-up. All of that will be exactly the same. And those will be the only teams that draw today will be the winners, and the runners-up will be the ones that draw. Okay? And this year, the 57th will be the first to draw, and it will go in order, and whatever numbers left in there each time would go to the last team draw. Now, the only difference in the way that the Super Region bracket is conducted versus what we've done for however many years, 80 years, I don't know how long we've been drawing and doing this stuff in the 15th region. The only difference will be the placement of the 3 seeds, okay? And they do not draw, they are placed into the bracket. And one phrase, okay, if you just memorize one line, you'll always be able to know where to place teams in 2 seconds into this bracket, okay? We already know that we give the district champion, okay, the right to not have to see their runner-up until the championship game. What this does, it also means they cannot see their 3 seed either, okay? The district champion gets the ability to go through to the regional championship game and not see their runner-up or 3 seed. So the simple rule, the 3s are placed into this bracket, and all you have to do is say one thing: opposite and away. Opposite and away from the 1 seed. Wherever your 1 seed is, okay, the 3 seed will be opposite of the 1 seed and away from the 2 seed. There's only one spot in this bracket that each 3 is going to fall. Now, the only caveat that can happen is because, and the whole reason for the super region, okay, and let's make this clear, because there's a lot of things saying, well, we don't think teams should get to lose their first game of postseason and get to move on. Okay? Well, the super region actually allows a situation where no team can lose their way into the regional tournament. You know, and because of the fact that we have the smallest region in the state, number-wise, with 14 teams, we have 2 3-team districts, and the 1 seed in a 3-team district does not have to win a game to advance to the regional round of 8. The 1 seed can lose to whoever wins between the 2 and 3, and it's happened in this region before, that the 1 seed in a district has got to lose their way into the regional tournament. The super region provides perfect equity between 3 and 14 districts, and it creates a situation that every team will have to win. And actually, I mean, the 59th and 60th still just have to win 1 game. Their number 1 seed does. But in the 57th and 58th, every single team will have to win 2 games to get to that round of 8. If you're the district champion, you won your 2 in the district. If you were the runner-up, you're going to have to host a team and win that 2nd game to get to the round of 8. Okay? So I just want to make sure that's clear, that that's the logic here is that we don't want anybody to lose their way into the postseason round of play. Now, the fact that every team gets that opportunity, those 4 seeds, okay, because they're 4 seeds, and once again, this doesn't happen in the 59th and 60th because they don't have a 4 seed. The 59th and 60th always will get to host that playing game on their district site, okay? In the 57th and 58th, one of those teams every year is going to have to travel somewhere. They're going to have to play, you know, as a road team. Now, this year, you had some circumstances where 4 seeds upset 3 seeds, okay? And please correct me if I'm wrong, and my handwriting is atrocious, so hopefully you can see these. But what I did here, let's start with girls, I just wrote out, this was the exact seeding order that we had at the end of district play. This wasn't your seeding going into district, okay? This is how it looked when the district tournaments were finished, okay? So, your 2 4 seeds here was McGoffin County and Betsy Lane, okay?
Hit on do twice, please.
What now?
Hit on do, when you go right back. Twice, then I bought.
Oh, okay. Well, I went over. Is that okay? I didn't miss that, did I? Oh, I did. Now, what do I hit, Jay?
Undo.
Oh, okay. Well, isn't that cool? How many times do I have to do it? 30. All right. All right. Sorry. I'm not as technology literate as I was 20 years ago. Believe it or not, I taught computer class. I taught some of these people computers, but this stuff's beyond me now. Anyway, so this will be a snapshot of how it looked at the end of district play, which is how the seedings work going into the super region. So what you had here was a situation that when we did the draw the other day, correct me if I'm wrong, but did McGoffin go to East Ridge? Is that right?
Not girls.
Floyd Central, I'm sorry. So McGoffin played Floyd Central and lost. Okay, so McGoffin was removed from, at that point, from postseason play in girls. Okay? Then you had Betsy Lane, did they go to Belfry?
Yes,
And won, correct?
Betsy Lane won.
Okay, so here's what happened, and this is important to understand, because we always talk about saying, well, you don't want districts to play each other, but just like the SEC this year in the NCAA tournament, there's SEC teams going to be playing each other in regional play, because there's too many of them. If all 4 teams advance, understand Betsy Lane now is the 3 seed in the 60th district. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so when we do this draw in a minute, okay, Betsy Lane is no longer for the purpose, just for the purpose of today, they are no longer, they are a 3 seed in the 60th, yes.
No, I don't know if it's important or not, but Pike Central was the #1 seed in the 60th after everything was done. I don't know if that makes any difference.
Oh, no, what I'm saying is, did Phelps win your district tournament?
They won it.
Yeah, so this is not the going into, I'm sorry,
This
I
is
should have
coming
explained that
out.
better.
Okay.
This does not represent going into district play.
Well, you
okay?
said it was.
Yeah, I apologize.
No,
This is what it looked like at the end of district play. This would have been your seedings. Because in girls, you had a really interesting thing in 58. You had what, a 3-way tie, and the way the tie break worked out, Floyd Central was the 1 seed. Betsy Lane was the 2 seed, Lawrence was the 3 seed, and Prestonburg was the 4. You had a weird situation where the 1 and 2 seeds lost. So then go to the high seed. Well, the one who was Floyd Central was a higher seed than Betsy Lane, so they become the 3 seed. Betsy Lane was the 2 seed. They lost. They become the 4 seed. Okay, so then they had to go on the road to play their game. So does that part right there make sense? So we good? So basically, for the purpose of the draw on the girls, Betsy Lane now is the 3 seed in the 60th district, and wherever Belfry would have been placed, that will be Betsy Lane. So there is the possibility that 258 district teams can play in this situation when this works out as they draw out. If the natural bracketing, because remember, opposite in a way, wherever Belfry would have got placed in this bracket, that now becomes Betsy Lane. Okay, so everybody, I just want to make sure that part's clear. Let's go over to boys, and what you had here on the boys' side is you have both 4 seeds wound up winning their games. So McGoffin County went to East Ridge and won. So East Ridge is now McGoffin County. McGoffin County is now the 3 seed in the 59th district for the purpose of this draw today. Floyd Central beat Belfry, so Floyd Central, for the purpose of this draw today, is the 3 seed in the 60th district. So as we move into this bracket, okay, every person in here should not have to be like, oh, well now, where does the 3 seed go? Because all you have to look at it and go, oh, where's my district champion? Where's my district runner-up? I'm in the other bracket. I'm in the other game slot, okay? So does that make, I'm trying to make sure it's really simple. I mean, at the end of the day, this is not rocket science, the way this thing works. It's just simple, one simple rule, opposite in a way. So please, before we go forward, because I don't want, I know the other day I explained this up there in Mountaintop Media. I don't know who was sitting beside the lady reporting to Mountaintop Media, but you know, I asked, was there any questions? And the person sitting beside him, and I'm not trying to call him out because I don't know who you were, but you could hear him on the TV going clear as mud. Okay?
Just replace who you beat.
Huh?
You replace who you beat.
Just replace who you beat. So I don't want anyone in this room muddling each other. That's clear as mud. Let's get it clear right now. If there is a question, if there's anything that you don't understand about how simple this bracket is, I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. And the reason. Last call. We're good on this, right? Okay. So we're ready to move forward, Kevin. Let's get started. We'll do the draw.
Brett Keene here from Community Trust yet? He told me he was going to show up. Next, we'll have Kristen Mulcahy from Appalachian Wireless.
Hey guys, it's an honor to sponsor you guys. I know most of you guys out in the community are on one of the greatest platforms ever, and it makes it one of the greatest tournaments in the nation, which is Sweet 16. So good luck to you all. Congratulations on a great season, and we're here to support you with anything you need.
Thank you. Mr. Bennett West will be the official scorer for the tournament.
Guys, everybody listen.
This room today. Last spring at the boys' state tournament, I received an honor, the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Kentucky Basketball Coaches Association, and I want you to know how much that meant to me for all the years that I've spent doing what I do for Belfry High School. And I thank everybody in this room that had anything to do with me getting that award. I really appreciate it. This is keeping the book for Belfry.
How many years?
47.
Oh, that's awesome.
And a little bit of history happened this year. For the first time in those 47 years, we've got a 60th district, a 15th region boys and girls tournament, and Belfry is not involved in either one of them. For the first time in at least 47 years.
That's amazing.
As far as the games go and everything, and I'm certain that he'll tell you a little later that you are allowed to dress up to 15. And I would appreciate it if you would bring me, when you get here, a copy of your roster mark your targets, and I will keep the copy that you bring me the first time you bring it to me. So that way you don't have, all I have to do, and when you come back, is say, any changes, because I'll have your paper from the first time. And I look forward to doing this again. How much longer I'm going to go, people keep asking me that. I'm hoping for 50. I'll be perfectly honest with you. But I'm hoping the good Lord is hoping for 50 also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. West. All right, we'll move on to the tournament format. The tournament is going to be hosted by the 60th District Schools this year, and I will be the tournament manager. Revenue sharing, all schools will receive equal shares. Each school participating nightly will receive $1 a mile round trip per bus for game expense and $100 per night for food expense. Both the girls and boys winners will receive $1,000 each from the proceeds from this tournament, plus Appalachian Wireless will kick in their $1,000 again. That will help offset some of your expenses. $2,000 is not much to go down there, but at least it does help some. Bennett West will be the official scorer. PD Hunt will be the clock operator. Vernon White will be the PA person. All right, I'll go through roll call, and we'll go through the girls first. 57th District winner, Johnson Central, record 24-3. 57th District runner-up, Paintsville, record 10-19. 58th District winner, Lawrence County, record 13-12. 58th District runner-up, Prestonsburg, record 17-13. 59th District winner, Pikeville, record 16-8. 59th District runner-up, Shelby Valley, record 6-14. 60th District winner on the girls.
Phelps here? I'm here. We don't know the record.
Phelps,
Yeah, you can pull it up.
The record was 18-9.
18-9. 60th District runner-up, Pike Central, record 12-14. Boys, 57th District winner, Martin County, record 19-8. 57th District runner-up, Johnson Central, 15-10. 58th District winner, Betsy Lane, record 19-9. Excuse me. 58th District runner-up, Prestonsburg, record 13-14. And I'm sorry about my phone. '59th District winner, Pikeville, record 16-8. 59th District runner-up, Shelby Valley, record 15-12. 60th District winner, Pike Central, record 17-9. 60th District runner-up, Phelps, 14-12. All right, the dates and times. Session 1 will be March 3rd, which is Monday at 6:30 and 8:15. It may be approximately 8:15, it may be 8:30, but it will not start before 8:15. Session 2 will be Tuesday, March the 4th, 6:30 and 8:15. Session 3 will be Thursday, March 6th, 6:30 and 8:15. And Session 4 will be Friday, will be the girls' finals at 7 o'clock. The boys' Session 5 will be March the 8th. First game will be at 1 o'clock and approximately 2:45. It could be later. Session 6 will be March 8th, Saturday night at 7 and 8:45. Session 7 will be March the 10th, which is Monday at 6:30 and 8:15. And the finals will be Session 8, Tuesday, March 11th at 7 o'clock. The officials will be assigned from the 16th region, and they will also be covering the games tomorrow. Mr. Tackett, I had a conversation with him. After today's draw, I'm sending the brackets. They are going to plug those games into the 16th region assigner's account, and so he can assign them, and you should be able to pay those through your Arbiter Pay account. He told me that he will take care of that. Security. The Pikeville City Police and Pikeville EMS have agreed to come up here and help out. Also, we'll have deputies, and we will also have some fire departments assisting in parking. Emergency personnel will be the Pikeville Fire and EMS. No unauthorized live streaming. It will be available as determined by the tournament director. The official game ball will be the Spalding brand. Each team will need to bring their own balls for warm-up purposes. That way you can keep up with them and you know how many you'll get. Admission prices. This was brought up just a few minutes ago, and I'm going to bring Mr. Crum up to speak about it. It was asked that since we're not playing at the arena and we don't have that initial upfront cost of what it normally costs us, to reduce ticket prices from 10 to 8. That will have to be a vote of all the schools.
Well, I mean, like I said, Jason Kenner brought up the point. I've been busy with everything else going on, but he just brought the point that people reach out to him saying that we don't have all the other expenses for the expo, whether or not that may be a relief with a lot of people that's, you know, lost a lot with the flooding. Would that be something nicer to be able to do? I'm okay either way. I know it, you know, as far as expense go, I mean, $10 is still not a lot, but it might be a nice gesture looking at 8, but that'd require a vote of all the schools. So like I said, I'm not up here adamantly pushing one way or the other for it, but it should be brought up as a topic of discussion. But obviously Pike Central is the host school, so Eugene, I mean, that's really up to whoever is managing that from Pike Central to decide whether you know, that's something that you all are in favor of. It would require a vote of all the schools involved, because we established that as a policy board, those types of things. So that's.
I think when, you know, we voted initially in the spring, you know, several circumstances here have changed, you know, especially considering the flooding. And, you know, I think if you listen to the public, and I think that's something that we have to do, one of the number one complaints, you know, is the cost of coming to the regional tournament. So, you know, I just think the responsible thing to do is, you know, to vote and see where we're at least going to $8.
Is any other discussion?
As a school, just throw it, I do think out there, I definitely see the point. I think we should vote, because honestly, I'm for it. I will say that, it will be a reduction in what the school share, the major effect. And this is a very small logistical thing, but, when we're talking about putting 2,000-3,000 people in a gym, a lot easier to get a 10 package change rather than a 10 and 2 ones or making change. A logistical thing, again, but still, it will keep the thing moving a lot better. That's the two positives that I see.
That's a good point, you know, about the change. I know that is an issue. I mean, Nia, was you gonna say something? You.
The policy board has to vote on it. You have to bring the policy board back in session today.
We'd have to call to order, you're right, a meeting. Yeah, it'd have to do a minute and everything, yeah. As far as
That
that.
ain't hard to do. You can do it right quick and take the vote, go right back out.
I mean, I guess the question is, I see your points, and like I said, I'm honestly not sitting here, throwing flames saying we need to do this. I do think that there are a lot of people that feel like that's would be a good gesture. We can bring it before a vote. I don't want to create a situation where it's really very difficult to, it's a lot of $1 bills, I know that you'd be.
Whatever the group says they would like to do, it's fine. We'll abide by it.
Is there other,
I think we're gonna change it. Let's go $10 adults, $5 children.
So that way you keep the.
that's a good idea, because that makes it easier. I think that is, because a family, then, you cut the cost down. There's a reason that you've been around so long, so good at what you do here, D.I. You can't retire, man. You're gonna have to stick around for a little while, okay? You always got a good idea.
I make a motion the policy board go in session.
All right, we have a motion, the policy board go into session. We have a second back there. Hey, Jason, you're gonna take notes real quick and find something that we can get this
I make a
down.
motion, we change the prices from $10 adults, $5 for students.
We have a motion on the floor from McGoffin County to do that. We have a second from Martin County. So let's just make note of that. All in favor of that? Any opposed to that? Well, that's about as simple as it gets. All right, so I need a motion to adjourn the 15th Region Policy Board.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned from Painesville. We have a second. Second from Prestonsburg. All in favor? All right, there we go. That was
All right, so the games tomorrow night will be the same way. Everything follows the same price format, because those are regional games that will be played tomorrow evening. So admission price will be $10 for adults and $5 for students. And all tickets are general admission. All spectators must purchase a ticket. Boards of Education will receive 12 passes. Those can be picked up today, Dr. Klein. When the meeting's over, we'll have somebody from your school that will sign for your Board of Education. That way we know who took the Board of Education tickets. All right, band playing time. The national anthem the home team will be required to play it for the first game each night. Or you can have someone sing it. Either your band can take care of it, or you can have someone sing, but the home team will be responsible for it. And it needs to be played at the 6-minute mark or when both teams leave the floor. Sometimes at the 8-minute mark, both teams leave the floor. Some is at 8, some 7, some 6. But when both teams leave the floor, we will make sure the national anthem is played during that time.
Is that just one game?
The first game. So what we'll do during the girls, it'll be the first game all the way through, and the finals, and then boys, we'll do it the first game on Saturday afternoon, and then the first game Saturday night. And then Tuesday, the home team, or Monday, and then Tuesday, the home team will be responsible. I have been asked, and we're in a small environment, but we've always let cheerleaders lead the teams out on the floor. And I know a lot of times the flags are an issue and so forth. Is that something that you all want to continue?
I think what we said in our district was before the warm-up start.
They can bring them out.
You can bring them out and do that, but just not on the floor during any
warm-up time
going on, so you don't have any danger of anything happening. If that's all right, if that's what we did. It worked just fine in the 57th district.
Because we definitely have a smaller area. If you all can relay that to your cheerleading sponsors,
and
please.
player introductions,
Right.
They could go, just when they come out,
Right.
Things like that, but not during any type of.
All right, after the game begins, they are to follow in-game rules set forth by the KHSAA, which is they can only perform during full timeouts on the floor. Radio stations that are interested in broadcasting this week, please contact Eugene Lines. 794-2638. 794-2638. There will be a place that radio stations will be set up, but we need to know ahead of time. That way we can make accommodations for everybody that wants to be here. My cell phone number is 606-422-6565 if you need to get into contact with me. And once again, Mr. Lyons is 606-794-2638. Warm-up time. Each team will be allowed 20 minutes. Just like we've always adhered to, you'll be opposite your bench. Top team in the bracket is the home team and is required to wear your white uniforms. And I will restate that. You are required to wear white uniforms.
May I ask you a question? If Pike Central is playing in a game on the scoreboard for confusion, will Pike Central be shown as the, does it say Hawks? I don't know what your scoreboard says.
We have home and away, and, you know, if there's another home team, we'll be the away.
So you're gonna show on the board as away? Okay. I mean, we don't have a problem if it's easier for, you know, people to understand on the scoreboard. I mean, but that's fine, however y'all wanna.
So if Pike Central was on the bottom, they'll essentially be away.
Right. Right.
And each side of the court has like a home and away. Like Pike Central always don't sit on one side, right?
Like you would be the away, whoever.
Say away, yeah. Because, you know, our district, we.
That's how we do it there too, yeah.
What he's asking is for your home, if you normally sit on the one side of the gym, if you're the visitors, would you go to the visitor side is what he's asking.
The benches.
You know, just like at the expo, one team's home,
One team's away.
Yeah, you know, away, the home team's always on the opposite side, you know.
Right.
It doesn't matter which side, just.
Halftime, once again, will be 15 minutes. That gives us time to, I've had somebody donate $500 to try to give away a half-court shot. And also that gives me an opportunity to let somebody try to win a little bit of cash and also let our dance teams perform. So if your dance team wants to perform, either have them contact me or Mr. Lyons, and that way we know ahead of time and we can make accommodations for that.
The question was asked about locker rooms. Is there 4 locker rooms for those situations?
Coach Lyons, they're asking about locker rooms. You do have 4. They do have 4 locker rooms available that each team will have one. Host school will designate dressing rooms. All right, the weather. And who knows in eastern Kentucky? And it's happened. We've had flooding. We've had snow. We've had snow during the regional tournament. We've had ice storms. If inclement weather becomes a factor, the tournament manager will notify all participating schools and media of a decision concerning cancellation of the games, if possible, at least 4 hours prior to game time, before the first game. If unforeseen situations arise that pose an imminent threat of unexpected danger to public safety or to any of your kids and staff, games may be canceled with little or no notice. And it happened a few years ago that the snowstorm hit real quick.
Knock on wood, that 7-day forecast looks pretty good.
Yes, it does. All right, bus parking. Mr. Lyons, do you want to go over where buses will park when they come?
Someone will meet them.
Okay, somebody will meet you to park your bus, okay? When you get inside the school, somebody will meet you to take you to your dressing room as well, okay? And buses will be parked in the designated area. Banned items. Even though we're not in the arena, we're still going to adhere to all of our banned items. Inappropriate signs of any kind. Throwing objects on the floor, no confetti, no tunnels, no silly string, and no artificial noisemakers, which includes megaphones. Cheerleaders can't have them either. Cups and coolers will be provided on each bench for your players. If you play the first game, if you wouldn't mind policing the area, they'll have garbage cans at the end where you can put your cups in it. And if you have a little bit of a spill, if you don't have a dry towel, we'll try to find one, and they'll have janitorial service that may be able to help get the water cleaned up. But just please help us out. Tournament awards, we'll have a winner and runner-up trophy. Winner and runner-up medals, 25 per team. All tournament team member, 15 members, and an MVP, voted on by the media. 1 member of the quarterfinalist, 2 members of the semifinalist, 3 members up for a finalist, 4 members for the champion, and the MVP from the winning team. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Yes, sir.
I know you said all tickets would be general admission, but designated areas for students.
Will you have designated areas for students to sit?
We need to, if at all possible, like the.
No?
Yeah, I mean, guys, I just want to say, I mean, I think that's a huge issue that will create a fight or a problem more than anything. And what we found in the 57th, and he did a great job of that, if you just designate one, you know, on whatever side, it's one side to say this is the student center, would you have adults come in, and then you're going to have arguments between students and adults. So I think what this needs to be, so this is the home student section, that's the diagonal. Is that okay? All right, thank you.
All right, now we get to the most important thing, the only reason why you're really here today. All right, I have in this bottle, I have numbers 1, 3, 5, and 7. All right, Johnson, I was going to have you write them on the board. All right, Johnson Central.
Girls.
Girls.
All right.
Number 5.
Number 5, 1, 3, 5, okay. Y'all can't read my writing, no, I don't know, that's a 3. Yeah, this one, wait, before we go on, it's a little confusing on these numbers, so.
1.
It's 3, 5, and 7
Yes.
here. Oh, and then you're doing the play-in,
Right.
go.
2 will
4,
always.
6, okay, I see how you've done it, okay, yeah, make sure.
You're all right.
Oh, I'm gonna draw it.
You got to roll it out.
What do I do?
Roll one out.
Okay.
Look in it. What is?
3. Lawrence County 3.
All right.
$59. Roll one ball out, please. 1.
And so that means that Phelps is.
And I'll show you Cameron, it's 7.
Okay.
All right, so we will have the 57th and the 60th in the top. Paintsville runner-up.
Four.
Paintsville 4. Which will make these brackets better when this is all said and done.
Yeah, not my handwriting. I should have designated handwriter here because I.
Pike Central, you'll be 2.
No, they can't be. Lawrence is the team. Pay.
We got 59 and 58, so it's the 60th.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it has to be the 60th. That's right.
It's Pike County
So
Central.
it's Pike Central. Yep, you're correct. Exactly. Pike Central. No, they're the 2.
Just wanted to reassure.
They're the other runner-up.
I just want to give you some reassurance.
I think so.
Yeah, we'll play. Let's get the draws.
So we have 58 and 59 will be in the bottom, drawn for 6 and 8. 58 first.
8.
Prestonsburg 8.
I know my handwriting's bad, but this does kind of start blurring when you try to. Makes my handwriting worse. Make it out.
And Shelby Valley will be 6.
All right. I'm just putting SV. All right, so now let's place the 3 seeds onto the bracket following the simple rule. So Pikeville was number 1. So if they're here, okay, then we look to see where Shelby Valley was, which means that East Ridge automatically is playing Prestonsburg.
Do you want to speak?
Okay, now let's go to number 3. Lawrence County is number 1. That is the district winner. Prestonsburg drew to here, which means that Floyd Central is playing Shelby Valley. Okay, now let's move to Johnson Central was 1, which means Paintsville was 2. They drew the 4 slot here, which means Martin County is playing Pike Central. Okay, then that leaves, who's our other one here? 58, that means that Betsy Lane is playing Paintsville. Everybody clear, make sense?
Who's in the very bottom with Prestonsburg?
What is it?
East Ridge?
Yes, Prestonsburg will play East Ridge. And let's get through the boys bracket, and then once we figure out all those, that's what we'll have to determine the times and all that for Saturday game.
And we'll discuss all the times afterward.
Because we need to see the boys bracket, see who's playing, which teams are playing, and which.
All right, boys, 57th, Martin County.
Five.
Martin County 5.
Martin County.
58. Seven. Betsy Lane, 7. '59. Three, Pikeville.
3 is Pikeville.
Yes.
Then
Pike Central.
Central's 1.
And Pike Central is the 1. All right, so we have 59 and 60 in the top, so 57th and 58th will be in the top bracket. '57th runner-up. 4. Be over here.
Oh, sorry.
Just undo.
Oh, yep, sorry.
You reassured Kevin, we'll reassure you.
Johnson Central 4.
And then that,
2. Prestonsburg will fall into 2. '59th runner-up.
Bang, fucking bang.
Number 8. Shelby Valley. Yep.
okay. All right, so let's start at the top. So Pike Central is your number 1, and Phelps wound up being the 6th slot. So it would have been Belfry, but now it's Floyd Central. So Floyd Central is playing Shelby Valley. Okay. Then let's go to Pikeville, was your 3. Then you look to see where Shelby Valley was. So East Ridge would have been there. That is now McGoffin. So McGoffin is playing Phelps. Then we go to Martin was first. Johnson Central's here. So Paintsville is playing Prestonsburg. And then that leaves 58. Lawrence is playing Johnson Central. There's your brackets. So, the next thing we're going to have to do is determine game times.
Because you got 2 sites that
Yeah.
have 2 games.
Yeah, so Shelby Valley has got a doubleheader, and so does
Prestonsburg.
Prestonsburg, yeah. So, what we did last year is because the girls' tournament starts on Monday, and to allow optimal time for rest and to prepare for that game, especially that Monday game, we tried to do the girls' games as those afternoon games. We tried to also space enough time to where that it was earlier in the afternoon and the other game was a little bit later, so maybe like an 8 o'clock for all of those second games, unless you are hosting a doubleheader and that other school doesn't have to travel. Because like last year, Shelby Valley split the difference on theirs, and they did like a mid to late afternoon doubleheader. So we're going to have to, I guess, look at each of these matchups to see the teams they're playing, and if those teams have another game. So that we need to look at who all actually has to play twice. So Lawrence will be 1 team at home and 1 on the road, right? So the girls will be, or no, Lawrence is both.
No, we'll just have the boys on the road.
Oh, because we have a champion. Yeah, the other one don't even go. So then, who else does? Oh, Phelps will have a home game and a road game. Is that right? Phelps here?
And the girls,
They'll both be.
Oh, so they're the same way as Lawrence. Paintsville has a home and a road game.
Yep.
So,
And Prestonsburg's not bad at all, so if we can do something like a 3 and 7:30.
Well, listen, you all, today, I need to know because they got to plug these in.
right, so that's what
So if we can, once this is over with, we'll all sit that have to play, and we'll work the times out.
also, you don't want to do the times now.
No.
Okay, that's fine. We did it. We'll do it before we leave here. As soon as
But,
we finish.
but what we need to do is get some things taken care of before we set all these game times.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, Mr. Brett King from Community Trust would like to say something on behalf of the bank.
Just, we're happy to still be in as a sponsor. I know a lot of excitement about it being back in the schools, and I remember back in the days when I played, it is pretty fun having a packed out house, so I'm sure that's what you'll see, so good luck to everybody.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions before I conclude this? But I need to sit down with all the people. Do y'all have the passes back there? All right, if you'll see Dr. Klein, somebody from your school to sign for the Board of Education tickets. That way we know who took them when they ask, that we have a record of it. Okay? What time will you open the ticket window for sales, Eugene, prior to the first game? What time will you start selling tickets before the first game? 5 o'clock? All right. 5 o'clock on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, Friday's a little different. You've got it at 7. You still want to open at 5? Okay, 5:30, hour and a half before each game time. Okay? So on Saturday, where we have the 4 games, they'll be able to get in, start the first game's at 11:30, an hour and a half before game time. Okay? An hour and a half before game time, your fans will be able to start buying tickets.
Okay.
Okay? Does anybody have any questions before we adjourn?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say, I don't want anybody to move till we get these games time, so let's.
Everybody that has a play-in game needs to stay. What time, Nehi? 7?
No, we canceled school. Yeah, ain't nobody going to school. Even
All right, listen, Shelby Valley. 5 and 6:45. The girls first.
Okay, Prestonsburg, what's your time? Prestonsburg's doing that. Guys, listen, it'll help everybody if we know the game times. Let's get game times. If we can, guys, let's get game times. Everybody stop just for a second. It's also important for the media.
3 for the girls.
So 3 o'clock for Paintsville's girls game.
7:30 for the boys.
So this is 3 o'clock here.
East Street's Prestonsburg.
Okay,
And what
let me write this down. He said 7:30.
Boys.
Okay, girls.
1 o'clock.
And then over here, Prestonsburg and East Ridge is 1 o'clock. Okay, now. All right. Do we want to start?
Do you need anything from me?
No, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Greatly appreciated.
You're welcome. Anything you need.
Okay.
All right, Johnson Central and Lawrence County boys is 7:30.
Johnson Central, Lawrence County boys, 7:30. What time are you playing? 2 o'clock.
We've got a Pike
2 o'clock. Because I've got to get these to the KHSA.
Okay. And Shelby Valley, what was the 2 times?
Thank you.
Shelby Valley?
Yes. Yeah, you'll have outside officials. So you are playing right back to back. Durwood, you are playing back to back. Okay, 5 o'clock for the girls and 6:45 for the boys.
So the only one, Phelps McGoffin.
Phelps and McGoffin, I got that. Phelps and McGoffin's playing at 7 o'clock. Your boys are playing at 7:30. I've got all the times.
Okay. Yeah, they're all here. They're all there. All right.